and we're here to talk to you today about how to avoid the crowds at Disney and Universal Studios at spring break.
Are you excited about your upcoming spring break trip to Universal Studios or Disney World? We are too, as well as everyone else, which means that from late March to all the way to the end of April, the parks are at the very busiest times of the entire year. So everyone is excited about spring break.
But never fear, we're here to give you tips to help you deal with the inevitable crowds.
Tip number 1, if you're not staying on Disney or Universal property, stay away from the parks with extra magic or early park hours. Those parks are consistently the busiest of the day.
Tip number 2, visit your gift shop on the way into the park.
Why would you want to do that?
Well, the biggest gift shops are usually closest to the front entrance of the park. And as the day wears on and people start exiting the parks, they tend to get busier and busier and busier until they're just a crowded, hot mess. Do yourself a favor, go early in the morning or early afternoon and avoid the crowds.
But why would you want to do that? Why are your packages?
So Disney and Universal have both addressed this problem of having to carry around your packages all day long, and that can be a huge problem, especially if you buy a large object or something that's breakable. So what you can do is if you're staying on Disney or Universal property, you can have your package delivered directly to your hotel as long as you are not checking out the next day. If you are checking out the next day or if you're staying off property, you can still have your packages delivered to package pickup at the front of the park and pick them up on your way out.
Nice, but not as nice as tip number 3. Plan to eat late or early lunch. Lunch crowds at the restaurant start ramping up at 11:30. If you plan to eat lunch around 11 or after 2, you won't have to wait as long in the line to order, or finding a place to sit down to eat will be easier. This also applies for dinner as well.
And that's true. Finding a seat at some of these quick service restaurants can be just as hard as getting a fast pass for Flight of Passage.
Speaking of fast passes, that's tip number 4. Use those fast passes at Disney World. You get 3 free fast passes per person per day. They can save you from spending so much time in those really hot attractions.
And if you're going to Universal, consider purchasing Universal Express or Universal Express Unlimited. They're not free like Disney, but they really do give you a lot of bang for your buck. So Universal Express allows you to skip the queue for each ride one time. Universal Express Unlimited lets you skip the queue an unlimited number of times. And if you have a very limited amount of time in the parks, this is a really good way to keep yourself moving and see the most attractions in the least amount of time.
That leads us to tip number 5. The parks are always busiest in the middle of the day, so consider hitting the parks early in the morning or later in the day. The benefit of this is that you'll also miss the hottest part of the day. If you're staying on property, go back to your hotel, relax, enjoy the pool, take a nap, do whatever what your family likes to do, and then come back in the evening and enjoy the parks then.
And finally, tip number 6. Don't try to do Disney or Universal without a plan. And don't try to do it all. Trying to do everything is only going to lead to exhaustion and frustration.
That's right. Give yourself some grace and listen to your body. If you feel like you need to take a break, if you feel like your body is really starting to feel dehydrated, definitely take a break. Both Universal and Disney offer fantastic shows and attractions that are great opportunities for taking a break.
Do you need help planning your trip to Universal or Disney? We can help. Ask us about our itinerary services where we will help you with your fast passes, your dining reservations, and create an itinerary that is specially crafted for your family. Email us today at info@bluemermaidtravel.com so we can get started.
Have a magical day, and remember, adventure is out there.